Hello and welcome to another AIC Productions video. Today we are going to be finally looking at the computer I built for my kids for a gaming desktop. So this was kind of a mix of new and old parts. I wanted to reuse some parts from a build that I had done so that they could have a little bit better gaming experience than what they've been having on their old laptops that I've given them. What they have has a 5th gen Core i5 processor, like 8 gigs of RAM, SSD. So it's not a terrible machine by any stretch of the imagination, but it is not a gaming system. So I used an old motherboard, old case, storage, and RAM that I had laying around to build them this system. And really what I bought was a new CPU. I bought additional RAM just so it would have enough, and then also I got this screen for free. This is a pretty low resolution screen. I might get them something better later, but it was free. They're also using my old keyboard. They're using an Amazon Basics mouse. So I want to first talk about the cost. How much would this system cost to build? Now I'm going to give you the prices that I personally spent. Prices are all over the place. Like I paid $100 for this CPU, which should be the MSRP or what you should be paying for it. Right now this CPU is anywhere from $100 to $150. I would not spend $150 on this CPU. I would spend the $100 on it. So going down the list, I spent about $30 on the Rosewell case. That's really bare minimums, $25, $30 for just a basic micro ATX case. You could spend just a few bucks more and get a much nicer case, but I was really going for that budget cost, and so basically anything more than a cardboard box to store the system in is what I was going for. Motherboard, basic micro ATX motherboards with the features I wanted, like a M.2 slot, NVMe M.2 slot, stuff like that. About a $70, $70 to $80. So my board would cost about $70 now. CPU, like I said, I spent $100 on the CPU. RAM, so I bought an 8 gig kit, forgetting in my dumb brain that when you have onboard graphics, the graphics take up some of that RAM. It takes up a little over 2 gigs, and so you need to have more RAM than you're expecting. And so I threw in a third stick of RAM in here to give me 12 gigs because I had the third stick just laying around. So I went online and looked, and as of right now you can buy a 16 gig kit for about 50 bucks. So I put that price in there because I would not go lower than that 16 gigs, because again, you're going to lose some of that RAM to your onboard GPU. Storage, 256 gig SSD, you're looking about 30 bucks. I probably would bump that up to a 500 gig SSD to be able to store some more games on there, and you're looking at under $50, like $47 to $48 for a pretty decent 2.5 inch drive style SATA 3 interface SSD. As far as like real world performance, you're not going to notice a huge difference between, say, an NVMe or a 2.5 inch SATA 3 drive for the most part. I mean, unless you're doing very specific tasks that will take advantage of that speed. For kids especially, they're not going to notice that. Power supplies, I paid about $45 for my power supply. Again, those prices right now are all over the place, so shop around. Mine's a 450 watt, and I paid, like I said, about $45 for it. I have a Wi-Fi Bluetooth adapter in here, and I spent about $40 on that. All in all, approximate price for this system is less than $370. Now that doesn't include keyboard, mouse, or monitor, or the headphones. Those prices I'm not even going to begin to guess at for you, because those prices are, again, all over the place. You may have some used ones. If you've upgraded, or you can repurpose something you may have for a system you've already had. Like a keyboard could last you for multiple systems, as long as you don't wear them out. If you buy a quality keyboard, it'll last you 15, 20 years, easy. So anyways, let's go ahead and get into some games. So the main game that my kids want to play is Minecraft, and my daughter's already been on, so we won't play hers, but we'll open up a new game here. Alright, so I opened up hardware monitor here just to get an idea of what we're looking at as far as temperatures in this system as we game. So there's no temperature for the graphics because it's part of the CPU. And so right now we're sitting at about 37 degrees. That's not bad at all. Let's go ahead and actually do some gaming though. F3 for now. I have not done any gaming on this myself. Like I said, my kids have been the ones wanting this, so I built it for them. And I have not done anything to change the graphics on here, just the default. And we're running at 50 frames a second, which I'm actually quite impressed by. I didn't get very fast RAM. I just got cheap RAM for this. Because again, my goal was to give them something and to have it fit within a budget. Really under $400 was my budget total for this system. And we are doing really well. Oh yeah, there's no stutter, there's no lag. I'm very impressed with this. So let's go ahead. We'll close out of this because I think that's good enough for testing purposes. And we will open up a new game. And yeah, our temperature got up to 61 degrees. Now I am using a little bit better cooler because I'm using the one from my Ryzen 2600X. I'm not using the Raid Stealth that came with it. So I don't know if I would call that a cooler upgrade, but it is a slightly better cooler for sure than the one that comes with it. Go ahead and leave this open, and what we'll do next is we'll go ahead and do some online games. We'll open up Fall Guys. Now I haven't played any of the new levels that just came out, so I'm really going to suck here. So you'll have to be patient with me. And I'm using a controller here, wired controller. I gave my kids my Minecraft one because I thought they'd enjoy that. And they did. I mean, it made them happy to. Alright, and the audio is just coming out of the headphones. I purposely did not give them speakers because I didn't want to have to listen to whatever they're listening to. They are listening to just the headphones. One thing I would definitely change on this, again, I didn't pay anything for this monitor, but when I upgrade monitors, I'll definitely get one that has like a built-in USB hub, just so that the computer can have less cords going down to the ground to it, a little bit more uniform, and I can do some better cable management. I just got a super cheap, like $30 desk off of Amazon, and it's pretty terrible. Kind of wishing I'd spent a little bit more money and got something a little bit nicer. So that's another consideration, is somewhere for them to actually be at when they play. Alright, so I've only played this level once, and I failed miserably. So we'll see how we do. And really what we're looking for here is just playability. We just want to see if it's something that will be something my kids can be even somewhat competitive with. We're not looking for the best graphics or even the highest frame rate in the world. Just and off I go. And what I'm really feeling for here is just the response. So when I was playing on some of the other systems I have, the frame rate seemed to be okay, but the response, so my input response, I'd move the mouse, my controller, and the response was just ridiculous. Like it was like the delay was terrible. Oh, I just walked right off the edge there. Oh, hole. And I'm trying to do this kind of around and through a camera, so I can't see the holes I'm walking into that well. Oh, there's another one. So anyways, so I'm not going to get past this first level, and that's a-okay by me, because we will move on and play something else. But if I qualify, I'll be amazed. Am I qualifying? Seriously? Wow. I did terrible. I'm quite impressed with how terrible I was. Alright, we'll go on to the next level and see how we do there. I'll take it. I mean, the fact that I'm being somewhat competitive in this game, and I'm terrible at this game. I'm terrible at all video games, but and this one is no exception. But I'm quite impressed that I was able to get through that without issue. We'll probably fail in this next one. Oh yeah, team tail tag. I just realized I don't even know what team I'm on. I don't know if I grabbed one from my team or not. I wasn't paying attention. Oh. Oh, I got it. Oh, he has it. Okay, now I have it. And I apologize. My brain's in the game, not on. This game's really good. I really enjoy this game. Unfortunately for me. Oh, don't steal me. Don't. No, I don't have nothing. You don't have. I don't have nothing. I don't have nothing. You can't see me. You can't see me. No. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Oh no, you were nowhere near me, you goober. Oh, I qualified. All right. So I'm going to stop here, and then I'll load up the next game here in a moment. All right. So we finished Fall Guys. Very, very reasonable performance on that. We'll go ahead and go a little bit harder, and we will go with GTA 5. I haven't played it on here before, so I have no idea how it will perform. So let's go ahead and bring that up. And just to show you, we never went above 61 degrees on that CPU, which I think is pretty darn good. We'll play with the graphics a little bit, see what we can get, because it's obviously put us into a windowed mode with a lower resolution than the screen is. And the screen is 1366 by 768, I believe. So. Alright, we'll go into story mode. I'm just loading the story mode because I don't want to have to wait for the online portion to load. This has just been taking forever to load recently. And it's not quiet. The case I have is not quiet. You get a nicer case that's a lot quieter. That's one thing with this is I may eventually get a slightly better case because this is pretty loud. Quite surprisingly so. But not anytime soon. That's definitely down the road kind of thing. Alright, let's first go to settings, go to graphics, we'll just go up to the 1366 by 768 and apply that. Oh, I hit the wrong button. Okay, that looks better. We'll see how it plays. So again, one of the biggest complaints I've had on some of the systems I played this on, namely laptops, is that the input lag is so bad. But I'll say that the input lag on this is pretty good. When I say input lag, there's almost no input lag. The car feels quite drivable. I'm not smashing into everything. I can drive down the road. Kind of. Like, I definitely wouldn't play this competitively, and that has more to do with the quality of the graphics. Let's check those settings, see if we can improve those and still get let's see, is this going to be any better, or is it not going to like this? I'm not sure if that's any better. Might be a bit better, but not a ton better. Let's steal. Just want to drive. So I noticed the biggest lag was when I'm like driving a car or something. Of course, I picked the worst car. There's a better car. That's not bad. It's not bad at all. I like it. Obviously, it's not as good as having a proper dedicated graphics card, as far as graphics wise, but it is definitely under the playable to the point where it's enjoyable. Again, I wouldn't try to be competitive necessarily with this, but for my 10, 8, and 6-year-olds, the 4-year-old's too young to play too many video games still. Definitely something that they can enjoy. Obviously, they won't be playing GTA. Now it's a hard no from me, but they do. I just wanted to kind of show. I know this game is like really old, but it's still pretty advanced as far as graphics goes. It still requires a fairly decently powerful system to run. So we'll definitely be playing more of the Minecraft and Fall Guys and stuff. Anyways, so that's that. That's just an example of what you're looking at if you're looking at getting the 3200G. I definitely think it's worth the $100. The great thing is I definitely think it's something that if you're looking for a very inexpensive computer and that can play some games, especially those online, multiplayer kind of games, definitely something I think that's very doable with this CPU with its integrated graphics, and definitely something that I think gives you some room to grow down the road when you decide to go with a dedicated graphics card in this system, but it's not a requirement right out of the gate. So highly recommended from me. My kids are happy and I am happy because the kids are happy and won't keep trying to get on my computer when I'm playing games. Anyways, if you have any thoughts or questions, leave those down in the comment section down below. I'll do my best to answer. Thank you for watching and I hope you have an amazing day.